our souls. A hero to rise up and take control. For the pride of mankind is what sets us apart. We fight for our freedom, we follow our heart. Transformers, more than beasts, the Autobots are watching over you. Transformers, robots in disguise, ready to die for what we love. From a far-off place in a distant world comes an army of metal, a vision of destruction. Autobots are watching over you. It's not a exercise for the pride of our people. A hero will rise and a villain will challenge. Ready to die for what we love.
Years 1984, and surprisingly, Takara Tomy, also known as Hasbro in the United States, has yet to give up on the Diaclone pieces that have been left from the past. So snagging from Diaclone from 1983 line is Hoist. This particular Toyota Hilux tow truck was featured in two other colors in the Diaclone line. One being yellow, the other one being a reddish orange. Both being very, very cool and very awesome. Still having the same scheme with all the deco that this one has. It's a very cool looking 4x4 tow truck. Although you would think a small vehicle like this really couldn't pull other vehicles, but honestly it could. Moving on to Hoist. Hoist is a very cool looking vehicle. He has a lot of this really, really nice color of green. Although it's coming off on my camera as a little lighter, it's actually slightly darker than this. Very cool looking little tow truck. Although tow trucks are not really a real common thing in Transformers, this is a very neat looking idea. Considering it is identical to the same mold that Trailbreaker is, they cleverly stripped the entire camper and replaced it with this big gigantic contraption here on the back. It does have the ability to fold all the way down, not to mention all the molded detail that's in this. It's very cool how much detail is actually molded into the entire thing. It does conveniently have two little hooks here on the back, so you can hook other Transformers onto the back and actually pull it. It does have a very limited range of motion, considering it can just pop right off. Although it's got these two little things here that holds it in, it's not very stable. I wouldn't recommend trying to pull like Optimus Prime with his trailer with this. Maybe just Optimus Prime himself. You could probably get away with that. It does have orange taillights, which is kind of odd here, but I can see where they're going because they're trying to save money on color of red bits that they'd actually have to construct for this. Considering everything on the bottom of this one here is an orange versus the red. It's a very cool looking vehicle nonetheless. It does still have the little gimmick here where you can put a Diaclone figure, and it actually has the rev sign hidden inside. This particular version of him is a reissue, but it's a reissue from 2001, not 2008 like Trailbreaker was. So many of the items on this thing are stickers. These are all stickers. Everything on this thing is a sticker. There's no decal, there's no templed paint apps or anything like that at all. Everything on this thing is absolutely genuine to what the G1 was. Lots of die cast in the entire hood and on the feet as well. Has a lot of heft. It's a very chunky little truck. Nice little rubber tires, which actually have the Desert Dog and formula still written on them. Very cool. I do like the idea that it had rubber tires. Rubber tires are very underrated. Reason being is, with toys nowadays, toys are very loud compared to what they used to be. When we were kids, we used to have rubber tires because our parents would rather listen to this. versus something extremely harsh, like the plastic wheels of Hot Wheels and such. But it's very cool. Autobots work on their defenses. Mighty Megatron comes out of the darkness, bringing along Motor Master and the Stunticons. Megatron gives them the order to transform! The poor little Autobots have no idea what to do. They pull in Defensor. Megatron gives out the order for the Stunticons to assemble! These 5 Stunticons form into Minosaur! Who's gonna win this battle? Minosaur or Defensor? The fate of the Autobots is in your hands. Stunticons, brought to you by Hasbro. Some assembly required. But you guys came here to actually see the robot mode, so let's get right to that. Transformation for him is very cool. One thing I do recommend is pulling this bit here off for now and reattaching it later. Same with these. These can actually be folded to the back all the way, which is possibly the easiest thing to do, so that way they're not directly in your way when you transform it. First thing you're going to do is same thing as Trailbreaker. Move these legs out. Move them over to the side on their axle. Clip them into the front bit. Fold up the legs. Pull out on the sides. You're going to take this peg and insert it in this slot when you collapse down the entire cab. Move the arms down. Then we're going to take the tailgate part, pull it down. And then we're going to take the entire orange portion, try to push it back. When you do this, kind of push up on the head because the head will get caught. Grab the head and pull it up and over. Then fold the wings up. A lot like Hoist, he has parts leprosy. After inserting the fists, this guy is pretty much complete. He does have a very unique looking head sculpt. Very cool. Really dig this head sculpt. It's very awesome. A lot of detail in there. I love all the paint apps they put in here. He does not have firing fists because this is the American Commemorative Edition version. Otherwise, these would actually fire. I find it kind of weird that they still inserted this bit here versus just leaving it out because it doesn't do anything. Although the fists themselves actually have an indent where if you did have a spring, it would actually catch, but there is no spring on this one. A lot like Trailbreaker, he does come with your extinguisher and he comes with your laser gun. Hoist actually has a very cool looking aesthetic about him. He has a nice stance. He's very chunky, just like Trailbreaker, and really shows that these two could possibly be partners and or brothers. They both share the same mold, but they do it in such a different way. With the remolded head sculpt and the back portion being swapped out. really shows that these two can be two individual characters. The color schemes are absolutely awesome. I love this duo. These guys are highly recommended for anybody that is a big G1 fan, or just somebody that really likes truck transformers or robots that turn into vehicles. These guys are highly recommended, and you can't go wrong if you buy the commemorative edition or the Encore. Although the Encore has the spring-loaded gimmicks, the commemorative edition is one that I highly do recommend. Hoist is a very cool addition to anybody's G1 lot. This guy hasn't seen very many repaints or molds in the past few years. The last one that I can recall before the IDW was the one from the movie line. And they were just stretching because they just redecoed something that they already created for the movie. Anyhow, I hope this was highly informative to help you guys out with the choices you make, choosing the next Transformer you decide to buy for your collection. And this has been Plasticon, and this is me signing off. Peace out, you guys.